What's up guys, Jerome here from the Bonsai Supply and welcome to today's video. So in this video I am going to be working on Campeches. I chose these two pre-bonsais and I'm going to transform them into hopefully something really cool. These two trees, we're going to put them on our auction site at the end of the video, and then you can actually acquire these two trees. I'm going to explain you a little more about that at the end of the video, so make sure that you stick around. So Campeche is a tropical tree, and it's a very fast growing tree, and the wood is extremely hard. It's comparable to a buttonwood, and you would typically find a Campeche growing in the ground in Puerto Rico as well as in Mexico. Campeche is also known as logwood as well as bloodwood. The leaves close at night and they reopen again in the morning with sunlight. They're very similar to a Brazilian rain tree, and the compound leaves actually have little heart shape, so they are heart shaped. There are different sizes of the Campeche, so there's some Campeches that have a really large leaf, and then there's a medium, and then there's also a small one. So these two are the small variety Campeches. Also, these trees flower, so they have a little yellow flower. And one thing to look out for is that they have thorns. And the thorns are not like on a Brazilian rain tree where you can actually see them right away. On a Campeche, they are kind of hidden in between the foliage. And so that's why I like to wire these trees with pliers, especially to bend them, because there's always one that you miss, and when you bend it you can really prick yourself and it really hurts. So that's why I recommend that you bend the branches with wire. So the idea is to create two different styles and to transform them into something really cool. So let's get right to it. So Campeche makes a really good beginner tree because it is so forgiving. It's a really great species. It's really vigorous growing, so which makes it perfect for a beginner. So I'm actually stopping to defoliate because as I have been defoliating, I kind of saw what this tree could be or should be, and I'm thinking I'm going to go with this tree Shohin, and I'm going to tell you why. So the entire tree is fairly the same thickness from the bottom all the way to the top. I could wire all the branches out, but I think what this tree mostly would benefit from is to be turned into a Shohin. And I'm thinking of cutting this whole top section out and just keep using the branches down below and wiring them out, and then turning it into a Shohin. Because since the leaves are so tiny, this would make a great candidate for a Shohin. So I think that's what I'm going to do. The branching up on top is not as appealing as if I were to take this out and just turn it into Shohin. So here we go. You ready? All right, 3, 2. Oh, I always forget how hard wood this is. How hard this wood is. All right. So Shohin is a Japanese word, and it literally means translated little thing. So Shohin should technically be smaller than 8 inches, which this one definitely would qualify for. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take the tree back and remove everything that I don't need. Yes, perfect. Okay. Alright, so I did put a little wire pin in here in the front so that you can see what my front is. And of course you can change it, but this is what I thought would be the best front. So I actually do like it a lot because I have my first branch here, right? And then I have a back branch, and then I have another branch here. and then I have another branch here, and I have a back branch, and then another branch here. So it goes into that nicely triangle step, left, back, right, or right, left, back. So this would be right, back, left, right, back, left. So it has a really nice root spread at the base here, and then it has a nice movement all the way up to the top here. So now all that needs to be done at this point is to just let it grow out, and then you would just hedge prune it. I would say for about another year or so, just hedge prune it just to get a lot more branches, and then maybe defoliate it like once or twice a year. But this tree is very close to being a very cool tree. I mean, I can see a nice little canopy in here. I think that would look really cool. All right, so since this is a tropical tree, you would go ahead and repot this tree in the middle of the summer, as we like to repot all of our tropical trees in the middle of the summer. And when you repot this tree, I would leave about 20 to 30% of the old root ball, just as always, and then repot it into a good bonsai soil mixture, such as the one that we use at the Bonsai Supply, which is made out of pumice, lava rock, calcined clay, and pine bark. As I'm defoliating, once again, I realized that this tree has a lot of good movement. So instead of going ahead and defoliating all the branches, I'm thinking this tree would be a great candidate for a literati style. So instead of me going ahead and defoliating the entire tree, I'm just going to remove the branches that I'm not going to use in this literati design. So literati, the idea behind that tree design is to recreate a tree that's literally on its last leg, right? So it has a very small canopy on the very top of the tree, and there's not a lot left. And we can also create some deadwood, of course. So I'm going to leave a few stumps that we can gin and turn into really cool deadwood. You have to be kind of creative as you're creating a literati, because you do need some deadwood, and you do need to have an interesting trunk. And if the trunk has nice movement all the way to the top, that's a good literati. And usually when you don't have good branching, a literati could be one way to go. So now we're gonna remove the bark on the branches and go all the way down to the cambium, and that is what turns these branches into deadwood. So these branches will not grow back, and all I'm doing is I just squeeze the branches a little bit. So I don't squeeze until I hear cracking from the branch. I just squeeze until the bark kind of gives way, and then I just rotate the pliers a little bit, and that makes the bark come right off. And so these branches will never grow back from here. So this literati is pretty much finished for right now. So I did change the angle a little bit. It just makes the whole movement of the tree a lot more dramatic. All of these deadwood pieces here, I left them long. They can be shortened. I'm gonna wait and see how the canopy comes in, but I did leave the branches up here. What I did like about it is that all the branches have really natural movement. So therefore I didn't wire anything, and I think moving forward this tree should be a very natural looking tree. And it has really great movement, and the branch placement is great. So let's see what it does in a couple of weeks when it grows back. But so far I like it a lot. It looks very dramatic, and the tree looks like it had a lot of struggle with having all these branches die off down here and just having a little foliage up on top here. Alright, so as you can see, both of these trees came back and are fully leafed out. And both of these trees are right now available on our website, on our auction site, for the next 3 days, and you can bid on either one of those trees or on both of them. And if you happen to win either one of those trees, we're going to ship them right to your home. So I wish you guys happy bidding, and I will catch you guys next time.